Hello coders, welcome back to our JavaScript for Beginners series. In this episode, we will untangle the web of the this keyword and explore the depths of prototype-based inheritance in JavaScript. So let's get started. As always, I'm going to create a new file naming ep5.html. Then you can call whatever you want, and then you type in exclamation. Then I'm going to do this keyword comma types, and then check if it's working or not for types. And then I will also do a script tag. Inside that I'm gonna do console.log hello, and then I'm gonna fire up my live server. So as you can see, it's working. So now let's get started with this keyword. So this keyword is a special keyword in JavaScript that is determined by how a function is called. It can be a little tricky, but let's break it down with some examples. So we can create an object in JavaScript. So basically, object is a data structure in JavaScript which can be used to combine pieces of information that belong together. So let's say you have a person's name, right? So you can do person equal to, and then inside that you will say name, and then you say John, and then the age is 25, and then place maybe, and then I don't know, India. Okay. So as you can see in this object, we have a key value pair. So the value that precedes the double colon is name, the key, and then which comes after is value. So as you can see, the left value doesn't need to be a inside the double quotes. Even if you do that, it's fine. Even if you don't do it, it's fine. And then the right value, if it's a string, should always be inside the double quotes. And now if you do console.log person, you can see it's actually saying that this is an object. So JavaScript identifies this as an object. And object also has its own functions and everything. We will get into that later on. So for now, object, and one more thing to note is that object can also have a function that can be invoked later. So let's say I have a function, and then I'm going to say console.log this dot name, or you can say hello, I am, and then I will say this dot name, and then I will do and I am plus this dot age. Years old. So if you save that, and then if you invoke this particular method, let's say person dot method, see, hello, I am John and I'm 25 years old. So this actually works. So JavaScript object can have also handle functions inside the key value pair itself and inside the object itself. So as you noticed, we can use this keyword which will have access to that particular object which is inside the object itself. So this keyword can have access to this wherever the function has been used, which will have access to that particular object's area. Now, if you notice this method, like the string I am writing is kind of like way too much to take into, right? So in order to avoid this, JavaScript has introduced some pretty cool syntax in ES6, which we'll cover on the next episode. So for now, let's move on to the prototype-based inheritance part. In JavaScript, objects can inherit properties from other objects. So this is done through a mechanism called prototypes. So let's see how it works. So let's say I have a function, and then I'm saying it will accept first name and last name. So inside that function, I'm saying that this particular person will have a object, a value, which is, I'm saying this particular person will have a first name. I'm assigning it directly from the argument, and then same goes for the last name. Okay, and then I will assign another prototype. So prototype is basically you are assigning a particular function or a method to whoever holds this particular value. So I'm saying prototype and then full name equal to function, and then I will return this dot first name plus this dot last name, right? So this particular prototype already has access to the first name and last name of that particular person. Now, if you want to invoke this particular function, you have to use a constructor on top of this particular method. So if you do new person and then you give in the name as, so remember it takes two arguments, one is first name and then last name. So if you give John Doe, and then you're gonna invoke that prototype method you have used. So if you go ahead and do person one dot full name, which will give you John Doe, right? So this is the whole concept of prototype based inheritance. So any instance of person will have access to this particular method. So when we create person one, we can call the full name method and then access the values that are related to it. And there you have it. Today we deciphered this keyword and navigated through prototype based inheritance. In our next episode, we will bring you into modern age of JavaScript, starting with ES6, as I have mentioned before. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. Remember to like, share, and subscribe to keep up with the series. Keep coding and see you next time.